Hello, welcome to the channel. I'm Bood FM, and this is a one-off special episode just to have a bit of fun, basically. I've got time to fill before FM18, so I thought we'd have a look into the future of my main series this season, which was Bood in the Hood with Huddersfield. It went on for 5 seasons, loads of ups and downs, loads of ups to be fair. It was a lot of fun to make. A lot of drama and a lot of success. It was brilliant. I mean, it ended on a high. Started off obviously in the Championship before Huddersfield actually got promoted in real life. I think I signed Will Grigg and a keeper. We got promoted. We ended up 5th in the league. We got into the Europa League. We got to an FA Cup final, lost that. We won the Europa League. I won a Champions League. And then the last season we went for it, spent a lot of money, and we finished on a high. Won the Premier League. So really happy with it, really happy with how it went. Now, I'm not expecting a lot of people to watch this video. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it for a bit of fun. And if anyone out there who's subscribed to me really enjoyed the series, you might just enjoy seeing what happened. So we're going to jump 5 years into the future to the year 2026, I think it is. And we're going to see, did Huddersfield crash and burn? Did they go slide back down the league? Did they keep on growing? You're probably going to be surprised to see what happens, so let's take a look. Let's just start on the club page. We're here on the 1st of July 2026, and if you look straight there to the top, you'll see Jose Mourinho is the manager. And if you have a look as well at the league history on the left hand side, you'll notice they've not done bad, have they? They've not done bad. They've obviously won a couple of titles, so we're going to have a look at all that. But Jose Mourinho as manager. When I left Huddersfield after 5 years, he was manager of Manchester United. He was battling us for the title for 2 years. So it's going to be interesting. Looking at some of the players there, captain, they've still got Klosterman. I love that because he was awesome for me. Kuki's still there. And Mbappe's still there. So that's really good to see because Kylian Mbappe was a top player. So here we are with the manager history. And as you can see there, I should have on gone, shouldn't I? If I just played a little bit longer, I'd have hit my 5-year mark. I'm just short of me 5 years. I did 5 seasons though, and now Jose's actually been in the job longer than me. Jose Mourinho, and when I looked at it, Jose didn't get sacked by Man United. Jose left Manchester United to take my job. That's where I'd got Huddersfield up here to the point where Jose Mourinho thought, Man United, nah, I'm got Huddersfield. He took his assistant manager and everything. Crazy, but he's done really well. He's won the league 3 times. He's won 6 cups. Now, obviously, he took on a Huddersfield side that have won a Champions League, that have won a Premier League. I had a great team there, some good youngsters, and some money in, and there was a lot of things good about where I left Huddersfield. So he's just took them on again and carried it on, and I'm kind of, part of me's glad, but part of me, you know, I'm a bit like, oh god, yeah, I've been forgotten about now, haven't I? It's all about Jose. Right then, so here we are on the landmark page, and yeah, after I won the league, I quit, and Jose took over. He won the Community Shield. Now I never won any domestic cups, and Jose is quite good at that. He won the League Cup, then he won the league. He came runner-up in the FA Cup, gutted, runner-up in the Community Shield, Champions League runner-up, and then the club failed the financial fair play. Ooh. But I remember when I left, we just put plans in place for a new stadium that got built, the Huddersfield Town Stadium. It should have been the Bood FM Stadium, come on, after what I did. But then he's won another couple of League Cups, he's won the Premier League, he's runner-up in the FA Cup again, so he's lost 2 FA Cups. No, I'm jumping ahead of myself here. He goes on, he wins the Charity Shield, capacity goes up to 52,000, big club now. He's won another League Cup. He bosses the League Cup, doesn't he, Jose Mourinho? Won the Premier League again, and then was runner-up in the FA Cup again. So 1, 2. He's lost the FA Cup 3 times. I lost it once. So they've been to no way, that's crazy. He keeps winning the League Cup, winning the league, and losing the FA Cup. So it's still eluding us. They won it years ago, don't get me wrong, but not in the modern era. But yeah, they've done well. 52,000 seater stadium, Premier League champions. Oh, it's good, isn't it? Quick look at the Premier League, just as it is now. This is the Premier League going into this new season. Huddersfield are the champions, as you can see at the top. And just looking at some of the teams, Wolves are back in it. I mean, Norwich are in it. Fair play. Palace. No one really shouts out to me, and Villa are back. I was hoping this time in the future there might be some random team. I love that, mate, because if you play so far into the future, sometimes you'll get something like Northampton being in the Premier League, which is crazy really, but I love that about this game. This is the history page, just showing you the trophies all laid out, and they have got some decent history now. They had a good history anyway. It was all from the 1920s when I took over, but you know, I've given them some trophies. I've still given them their only Champions League. I've given them both their only European Cups. Come on, Jose. You know what I mean? Got to win some Euro. So yeah, they got a Champions League, got 7 Premier League titles now. The World Champions, I won that. Europa League winners, I won that. Super Cup winners, FA Cup, that's from the 20s, forget that one. 4 League Cups, all Jose's. So do you know what? That is a good history, better than most. We are on the facilities page, and as you can see, they have moved into the Huddersfield Town Stadium, but we'll call it the Bood FM Stadium. Now the picture down there is of the John Smiths. That went up to about 30,000 seater. Brilliant stadium. I love that stadium. We had so many. I had all my memories there. I never got to play in the new one, but now they've got the new stadium, and it looks absolutely amazing. And Jose Mourinho has brought lots of glory there. He's also lost lots of FA Cups. I can't get my head around how many FA Cup finals he's gone to and lost. It's crazy. But yeah, look at the facilities. Superb. Exceptional junior coaching, extensive youth recruitment. They are the club now, aren't they? They're the top dogs in English football, all thanks to me and Jose Mourinho. Now, this is the records page. I won't go through it all, but this is just something, if you enjoy these kind of little things, you might want to have a quick nose at it, so feel free to pause it. Looking through it, there's some really good stats, some really good information. Well, some of these records are still from the olden days. I mean, like 1930s kind of olden days, but yeah, I mean, top league goal scorer screams out to me, Nahki Wells. Nahki Wells, man, he was just an absolute beast for me. Now, on to the best 11, and it's still in my formation. Can't see Jose Mourinho playing that. I don't know why it's still in my formation, but it is. And looking at the team, it's all my team. There's no new players on this team. And this is the best team ever, apparently. Pickford, who I turned into a great goalkeeper, he became a really good goalkeeper. There was a time when it was 50-50 who I was going to choose. I chose Jordan, and he didn't let me down. But yeah, Grimaldo, brilliant left back. Klosterman, Laporte in the middle, they were beasts. Klein was great for me. I didn't think he was going to be that good. Big Baz, Acuna, he was one of the main reasons we won the Premier League that last season. Mahmoud, Baziore, Mbappe, Depay. Wow, I always forget about Depay because I bought him thinking he'd be alright. He ended up being a great inside forward, being a great winger. And when I played him up front, he just banged goals in for fun. And then Kuki. I mean, come on, the Kookster. But yeah, my favourite strike force will always be Nahki Wells and Will Grigg. Now this is the current squad, and there's been a few changes. Some signings, some departures have surprised me. But you know, anyway, this is ordered in value. Mbappe's at the top now. Bonatti, you won't remember him, but look at him. He was a kid I'd signed just before I quit, who I said was going to have a bright future. I didn't think he looks like he's turned into an absolute beast. He was 18, 17 when I bought him. And look at him, he's worth 60 odd million. 23 years old, he's a beast. We'll have a look at him in more detail in a bit. Kuna's still there, Kuki's still there. Rory Adam, who was another youngster who I said had a massive future. Looks like he's become a good player. Baz is still there. Lecam. There's a lot of players I don't recognise. Max Ball is still there, good young keeper. I bet Max Ball looks like he's the number 1 keeper now, doesn't he? Fair play. Obviously Klosterman's still there. Højbjerg, is he there? No way. I mean, Will Hughes. Did I sign Will Hughes? Can't remember. It's been a while. Eric Bailey from United, or Eric Bailly, or whatever you call him. Wow. So yeah, there's been a lot of changes. There's been a lot of outs. Some of them have disappointed me, I'll be honest. Like I said, when Jose came, he left United to come to Huddersfield. He brought some staff with him, and he brought his assistant, who is an absolute beast of an assistant. he takes him everywhere, doesn't he? And I like that touch on the game. It does that now, doesn't it, where you can take your favourite staff, and Jose loves his assistant, he brings him everywhere with him. So he's also had to leave Lancashire for Yorkshire. But yeah, he's a beast of an assistant manager, isn't he? Look at him. Here's the current staff. I can't remember everyone. Now, I brought in a lot of staff. I had a great staff. I think it's very important to get the best you can get every year. If you can improve it, improve it. And I left him a great staff. But when I left, a lot of them left with me, unfortunately. But it looks like he's still got a lot. Good staff. He's obviously got good staff because he's got a great squad. And he's got a squad that's successful. So, yeah, I mean, again, if you want to have a look and see if there's any famous names on that list, feel free to pause it. I'm going to start looking at some of my favourite players, some of the top players they had throughout the series. And the first one's going to be Aaron Moy, a lad I loaned. He was on loan, ended up loaning for 4 years on the run, and he was brilliant for me. He's retired now, he's a head of youth, although I don't think he's got a job at the minute. He hasn't, probably because he's not a very good head of youth. He might want to have a career change, but what a player this lad was. Absolute beast in the middle of the park. Sometimes he was like Paul Scholes, and he didn't cost me a penny for 4 years. Brilliant. Next up is Naki Wells. Now, what a player, eh? Never really heard of him. Took over. He was just scoring goals for fun. Him and Will Grigg were beasts. They went into the Premier League and carried that on. I think he scored something silly like 38, 40 goals in the Championship. Went into the Premier League and still scored 20. So the main reason why we got 5th in that first year. Eventually I had to sell him because I really wanted to win the Premier League and I was never going to do it. He was getting older. He went to New York, I think, and he had a good career there. He played there for a while. He's now a staff member and he's not a very good one. Again, it's such a shame because he's such a great player. This is a player I absolutely adored. He was awesome. Will Grigg, I got him for 1.5 million. We were in the Championship. I bought him from Wigan only because of all the Will Grigg on fire. I needed a striker and he was cheap. And he just scored goals. He was brilliant. He was a great super sub. At one point, he was worth £9.5 million. He was awesome. Again, I had to just make that improvement eventually. And we sold him to Hull, I think it was Hull, in the Premier League. And I didn't get to play, did he? But he's still playing. He's 34. He's still going. And yeah, if you need a cheap striker, he will bag your goals in the Premier League. Next player we're going to look at is Rory Adam. He's still at Huddersfield. He's now 23. He was one of my youngsters who started to play towards the end. One of our better academy players. And he's good, isn't he? He's quick. I mean, I'd like to have seen his technical abilities become a bit better. I mean, he's got 17 technique. He's a great winger. He's 23 caps for England. They can't knock that. He's good. But I think I made him a bit better. I've been working on his crossing and stuff. So anyway, he was only 18 when I left. But he's worth 58 million. Is that because he's English? I don't know. He's a good player, isn't he? Now here he is, one of the best players in the game this year, I think, for a lot of people, Mbappe. And a surprise signing for us, really. I think West Ham bought him, which was weird, for something silly, like 60-70 million. He was there for 1 year, wasn't happy. We got into Europe. Was it the year we got into the Champions League, I think? He wanted to leave them. We put a bid in and we got him for something like 40-50. So I mean, I spread that out, don't get me wrong. He's now worth 63, he's 27, so he's now in the peak of his abilities. And he's awesome. He is an absolute beast. I reckon if I was still playing now, he'd be giving us moment after moment of absolute genius. Now, next player is Alexandro Acuna. Now, if you do remember the series, you'll remember when I won the Champions League, I was going to end it after 4 years. And enough of you said to me, no, go on, carry on, let's try and get a Premier League. So I just thought, sack it. So we spent some money, and I went to South America, and I got 2 great regions, and this was the first one. And when he first came, he couldn't settle. The first few games, he was like, shit. And I was worried that he wasn't really going to do it, but then he clicked into place, and he was probably, after Aaron Moy, the best. Well, he's better than Aaron Moy, and one of the main reasons we won that Premier League title in the last season. So, fantastic player, and it's great to see him still here. Up next is Mahmoud Baziori, or Baziuni, whatever his name was. I liked Baz. He was quality, mainly a right winger, and he's turned to a really good player. He's English, 59 caps for England, worth 57 million quid. Got some really good abilities, passing, his technique, his first touch, his crossing, he's quick. He's everything I thought he was going to be. Now, he was a good winger, wasn't he? But he's always like a backup winger. I'm just happy that he's turned into a fantastic player. Next player we're looking at is my right back, left back cover, and that's Pierre Lecam. That's another one of them kids we bought, who again, had great potential, and I think we worked on key parts of his game, and he was a good player, and he's become a great player. Look at that, 25 years old, and he's fantastic right back, innit? Wow, some of these players have become so good. Next is Kuki, 28 years old now, worth 60 million, and he's awesome. I think he's one of them that I think some people have said he's turned to a great player, some people have said he hasn't. Luckily he was for me. We got him on loan and we ended up buying him for something like 15 million. We had the clause in the loan deal to buy him for 15, so we did, and it was great, wasn't he? He scored loads of goals for me, and I really fell in love with Kookster, and he's become even better. Look at him composing off the ball, 19, finishing 18. They're the three main stats I think for any striker, along with pace, but wow. Technique 17 as well, first touch 17. The kid's a beast. Now this guy was one of my favourite signings, never heard of him. I bought him as a right back. He ended up becoming a fully fledged centre half, and he was a great centre half. He's now 30. He's still got some really good ability. His technicals aren't amazing, but as a centre half, he was awesome, and one of the main reasons why we started to kick on a level once we signed him, especially when he teamed up with Laporte. Brilliant together, them two. So yeah, such a good player. Next up is Grimaldo, and he was my left back, and he was such a good left back. He's one of the best young left backs I think on the game, and I was surprised we got him, I'll be honest. But I mean, his stats don't scream out amazing, but he just did a solid job for me. I think he's maybe took a bit of a decrease over the years, but yeah, still a great player, and I'd definitely recommend him if you're ever looking for a left back on this game. Next player is Laporte, a player again we spent a lot of money on, and the player was quite shocked we got, because I've tried to get him on other saves and struggled, but maybe it was because Bilbao weren't doing anything. We got in the Champions League. He's nearly now played as many games for Huddersfield as he has for Athletic Club Bilbao, which is crazy. He's definitely not as good as he used to be. He's 32, but he was fantastic in his prime. Him and Klosterman, because he's left-footed, Klosterman was right-footed. They were just a perfect balance of centre half, and when they were fit, we didn't let a lot of goals in. Brilliant player. Next up is Jordan Pickford. Now, I don't think he's a number one here at Huddersfield anymore, or for England. 43 caps he's got for England. He's still a great keeper though. Look at his stats. Brilliant keeper still. But Max Ball had loads of promise, and I'm pretty sure he's turned into the number one. He had loads of promise, just not good enough when I was still there. But Jordan Pickford played him, turned into a great keeper. Still a good keeper. Yeah, I don't know if he'd work out this way for everyone. It was just because there was that time when it was a 50-50 battle between him and another keeper, and I nearly went for the other keeper, and I'm so glad I didn't. Next up is Klein. He's now at Malaga. He's 35 years old, and he's not that good anymore. But when we got him, I think he was 29 or something, and he was rapid. He had all his speed still, and he was a good tackler. And I just saw them components as basic good components for right back, and there wasn't anyone else on the market at the time who went for him. Got him from Liverpool, and I didn't think he was going to be that good. He was brilliant. Fitted my system perfectly. Was a brilliant right back. Would not knock him, and he changed my opinion of him. One of my favourite players, Big Baz, massive young player on the game. Everton bought him, got relegated. We poached him off Everton in our second year or first year in the Premier League, and he was solid for me. Stat-wise, he never looked like he was amazing, but he just fit the role and did the job. Big Baz. Obviously, he's gone to Paris Saint-Germain, which is disappointing. He's the kind of player we'd like to have seen spend his entire career from that point on at Huddersfield. But yeah, he's gone to Paris Saint-Germain. He's now 29. Again, he doesn't look amazing. He's got a lot of yellows, no greens, but he is a good player. Next up is Admir Dinez. And I've just got one word to say, and that is wow, look at him. He also has gone to Paris Saint-Germain. He went the year after I left. He only spent a year, I think, at Huddersfield, and he won the title with us. Look how good he's become. He was good. I knew he was good. I've got him at a right cheap price and all, and we brought him in because he had all this ability, and I knew he was going to be great, and he's blasted them goals in for us. We won the Premier League title, and he's buggered off. He's now worth 70 million. Look at him. I haven't seen a player that good for so long. Wow. On to Memphis Depay, who's now at Juve. He's now 32. He's definitely had a stat decrease, but what a player, He changed my opinion of him. He was great on the game. Then in real life, United bought him. He was pants. And then he's definitely not the player he used to be on older football managers. So I kind of didn't know if he was going to be any good. Again, he's one of them players who's come in, fit the system, done even more than I expected of him. Especially when I played him up front. Scored goal. Another one of my favourite young regens was Vladimir Lau. I always like to go to Germany for my players, and I got a lot from Germany. Now he's gone back, he's now played for Dortmund. I mean, it's weird, Juve took 2 players, Dortmund took 2 players, Paris Saint-Germain took 2 players. But Lau, he's come on as a sub and just beasted. His finishing was never amazing. He's now 15, which I think is a bit better. But he was just a great forward, a great squad player. So again, sad to see him leave Huddersfield. But at 25 years old, you know, he's playing for Dortmund, he's gone home. And yeah, another favourite player of mine. Almost done. Just got 2 players to look at now, and the first one's going to be Bonatti, a player you would have never seen. You might have saw him on the transfer list. I might have mentioned him once, saying, "Oh, I've bought a young striker." He's now 23 years old, and again, I think he's going to be up there with. He's not far behind that Dinez. You can see why maybe they've let other strikers go, because they've given this kid a chance. Amazing physicals, great mentals. His technical could be improved. I think that's the only place he's lacking, but he's still 23. He's got a year and a bit maybe of improvement. I'd be working on that finishing. Get that finishing to 18 and he'll be a beast. Last player I want to look at, and it's the young goalkeeper I used to rave about, and I really thought he was going to have a big future, and it looks like he's a great keeper now, and he's England's number 1, he's Huddersfield's number 1, and that's Max Ball. He's only 24. He's got a long career left as a goalkeeper, and he could probably improve more as well. His passing's poo, his penalty taking's poo, but he's a keeper. He's not good at rushing out, he don't punch, which I don't mind, but look at his other skills: agility, aerial reach, command of his area, one-on-ones, handling, reflexes at 18, throwing 17. That kid's a beast. Right then, there we go, that's the end of it. It was just a bit of fun. I just wanted to show you how Huddersfield have done, and they've done really well. They've kicked on. Jose took the job, he's still in the job, and he's been successful. He's lost a load of cups, but he's won a load of cups. He's won 3 league titles. I'd be interested to see if he can ever win the Champions League or an FA Cup or something in Europe. Do you know what I mean? Until he does, I think I'm still the top dog manager of Huddersfield Town. I made them world champions, European champions, Europa League champions. So yeah, he's got to definitely win one of them to match me. But yeah, really happy they're still going. Really happy they got a fantastic stadium. They still got a good squad. It's nice to see some of the lads still in the names, because I've made another series since this, and I forgot some of these guys, and I love this series. It was great. And if this is the first time you've ever seen this, for some weird reason you're watching this, you've never seen my Booed in the Hood series, I'll put a link down below to it. Have a watch. 5 seasons. I think it's 40 odd, maybe 50 episodes. You should hopefully enjoy it. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy this bit of fun, you're obviously, if you're still here, a hardcore Booed in the Hood fan, smash that like button for me. If you're new, feel free to subscribe to my channel. There's a few other episodes coming out soon. I've built an American database, which is amazing. That'll be the next episode. I've put so much detail into it. I'm going to make that available for you to download and play yourself. Honestly, if you ever fancy playing in America but you just get put off by the salary caps and all the stupid contracts of the MLS, that's gone. I've made a 3-tiered 54 team super division. It is awesome, honestly. Awards, everything. I've put a lot of effort into it, and I can't wait to play it myself. And I'm going to run through it all with you. Hopefully you'll check that out. And then soon I'm going to bring you in on my personal save, which I'm really enjoying. We're going to do a season review. There might be a live com in it, maybe, I don't know. So yeah, keep your eyes out. That'll all be coming in the next week or 2. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take care. I'll see you later.